Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad we're holding this hearing today. I've testified in front of this committee about the need for a fiscal commission, as well as shared my experience with a commission in Pennsylvania that was bipartisan, bicameral, included the administration, of both a Republican and a Democrat administration. It spanned those administrations, and was perhaps one of the most effective legislative processes that I've been part of. So I believe in the importance of this commission, and I'd like to just very briefly go back to the basics of why I think this is important. Number one, I think we are facing an existential problem with our fiscal trajectory that we're on. 34 trillion in debt, 100% of our total economy, and projected to double over the next 30 years. At best, it will infringe upon the government's ability to provide any of its basic services, including Social Security and Medicare, which are both projected to run out if we do nothing. And at worst, there are many examples throughout history, both modern and over the past thousands of years, of countries and empires that have dominated the world for periods of time and then failed. And sometimes it can happen suddenly, and other times it's a decline over time. And often that decline or that collapse is a result of fiscal policies, of taking on too much debt, not being able to make good on that. And I'm concerned today, we're seeing a few months ago some softening in our treasuries market. And at the time when folks are no longer willing to buy U.S. treasuries, we're in real trouble. Second, number one is we have an existential problem we have to address. My second reason that I think we need a commission is because I think we can still solve big problems. I think Congress can solve big problems, and I think the American people are willing to step up and solve big problems. That's difficult to imagine sometimes in today's world with the chaos and the dysfunction that we're seeing here today, but we have to try. We have to try to solve this, and I believe if we engage the American people, we explain the problem we have, the American people will be willing to step up, they'll be willing to sacrifice, they'll be willing to do what is necessary to put us on a better path, and I think they will be willing to reward members of Congress who are willing to make the right decisions to put us on a better path. Again, it may be a tall order, but we've got to try. And I want to address just a few things that were brought up. People said, well, this is Congress's job. It's almost laughable when you see how long this has been a problem and it hasn't been addressed. We have to do something differently. We have to have real discussions about this problem. And I've heard a lot of positions being staked out here today, a lot of solutions. Folks said tax the wealthy, others said cut spending. Whatever that solution is, it means nothing if you can't convince 218 other members of Congress, 51 senators, and the president. And that's the problem. We do not have consensus about the best ways to move forward. We don't even have consensus about the problem. I feel at times in Ways and Means here in budget, the two parties are in two different worlds. So let's evaluate. Let's see if the wealthy are paying their fair share. Let's see if our spending is indeed increasing or decreasing, whatever it may be. Let's talk about real solutions moving forward. I see the role of a commission is to build that consensus. We don't have time in our regular committee order to do that. We each get 5 minutes. We can't really delve into the issues in a way that this problem requires. So I look forward to this commission. I look forward to it being used as a vehicle to find ways to work together and solve this massive problem that we all agree exists. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.